Nowadays, looking for a good cultivation novel can be a very taxing work, as there are a lot of good ones mixed with an overwhelming majority of stories that just fall short in their execution. Amidst all that, it is unsurprising that I had very low expectations when I started reading Soulhome. After finishing it, however, I can say this is one of the good ones, and the potential for future instances is plentiful. Sarah Lin's unique spin on the cultivation system is something that intrigued me from the get-go. Building houses, chambers, and decorations inside a soul can sound weird at first, but the intricate connection of a sublime material's conceptual meaning and the benefits they can produce effortlessly circumvents that initial impression. It is by far one of the most innovative interpretations of cultivation that I have ever read. World building and characterization left a bit to be desired. The main characters of this volume are portrayed well, and there are enough mysteries to keep their interactions interesting, always a thing to look forward to in the story. The same cannot be said for the rest of the people introduced. There are little to no descriptions of appearances, personality quirks, and details to make them stick to your memory and be solidly materialized into unique fictional characters. It's often easier to identify characters by their goals rather than their mannerisms, which can make for a dull and monochromatic experience. The world of Tation suffers as much from the scarcity of details and undercurrent activities as the characters from the shortage of discerning characteristics. Many times I found myself reading about their explorations without being able to accurately picture the scenery in my mind. Though not a big deal, the simplistic descriptions harm the potential immersion in the fantasy world of Tation. It is always great to catch yourself completely immersed, feeling as if you are a part of the story, and solid world building is indispensable for that. Although the first volume of the Weirkey Chronicles does not quite reach such highs, there is enough potential and writing quality to make me hopeful it will not always remain so. Characterization, world building, writing style, and pacing are all fundamental elements that each story strives to excel at. When it comes to cultivation novels, however, combat mechanics are just as important. In that regard, Soulhome delivers fight sequences that are surprisingly tight, detailed, and immersive. The action is described in a succinct manner, making for effortless comprehension in the fast turning of pages that balances the right amount of tension and believability. The main antagonist of Soulhome accomplished his plans perfectly and without setbacks, mostly due to how few interactions happen between the protagonist and antagonist. The sensation of mysterious apprehension is ever present, and the imminent threat provides a significant incentive for the main character and his friends to seek power. Sadly, when all the machinations and the scheming are brought to light, it does not come off as believable. The antagonist is, somehow, always conscious of every possible outcome, and is flexible enough to adapt to seemingly random events without never prejudicing his plots. The resources, methods, and interactions are handled entirely off-screen, and that inevitably contributes to a contrived resolution. More nuance or hints, spread throughout the book, could have lessened the weight of revealing too much only at the climax, and it would certainly be a more satisfying ending. Though it has a few flaws, Soulhome is innovative and so full of potential that I cannot help but want to read the next book right away. It definitely fits under the welcome surprise category, and I recommend it to anyone looking for a good cultivation story. I always heard good things about Sarah Lin's works, especially about her cultivation stories, so I'm glad to see they are not unwarranted.